You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic. You can go and subscribe cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't kick on the mic.
Bears fans, big changes are coming in Chicago. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. First and foremost, before I go any further with today's episode of Keek on the Mic, I first off want to apologize for not doing a live stream for the season finale against the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, I was dealing with a medical emergency. I was in the emergency room Saturday night for a fractured rib. I am doing totally fine. Just had to sit out for a couple of weeks from working out, doing any heavy lifting, all that good stuff. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys that did reach out to check on me and give me your well wishes. I did read every single one of those messages, and I really do appreciate you guys. I also appreciate you guys for a really good season right here on the channel. Obviously, there's still big things coming this offseason. Probably making constant content for you guys. Chicago Bears mock draft, Chicago Bears mock offseasons. It's going to be a whole lot of fun this offseason right here on Keek on the Mic. So I hope you guys will continue to hit that subscribe button and a notification and share this channel with every single Bears fan that you know. So obviously, Bears fans, that was a tough way to finish out the season. The Chicago Bears finished out the season 7-10 after losing to the Green Bay Packers once again for the 10th straight time. And I understand that it's super frustrating. And at the end of the day, it is really frustrating. But I want to give major props to the way that the Green Bay Packers had developed Jordan Love, especially with what he had to deal with on the outside and having those young receiving core. But Matt LaFleur, being a really good offensive coordinator, a really good head coach, developed those guys the right way. And I think Green Bay is going to be a problem for years to come. It kind of looked like to me that the Chicago Bears didn't even show up to Lambeau Field. Everything just went south for the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears defense, Chicago Bears offense. No one played their best football when it mattered the most against the Green Bay Packers in yesterday's 17-9 loss. And to be quite honest with you, Bears fans, I don't really want to get too much into the whole stats thing. I think there was just a lot of bad performances by both sides of the football. Honestly, we can talk a lot about offensive coordinator Luke Getsy. You already know how I feel about him. I know there's a lot of conversations about Matt Eberflus and his job status after that game. Personally, after that game, there is going to be a lot of people coming after not only offensive coordinator Luke Getsy, but for the jobs of Matt Eberflus as well. And that's going to be the big thing on this podcast today is like, what is next for the Chicago Bears? Because the future right now is uncertain at many spots of this football team. The quarterback position, what's going to happen with Justin Fields? Are they going to move on from Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams? Are they going to keep Justin Fields and continue to build around him? That's uncertain right now. Obviously, people are talking about Matt Eberflus and his job status. People are talking about Luke Getsy and his job status. Obviously, the Chicago Bears have yet to make any firings on Black Monday so far, but I expect in the next couple of days for them to make some decisions, maybe on their coaching staff. Personally, Bears fans, if I were the Chicago Bears, I think I've seen enough of offensive coordinator Luke Getsy. I think even if you do move off of Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams does not deserve an offensive coordinator like Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy would ruin Caleb Williams as well. Luke Getsy has no ability to call an NFL offense the right way. Yesterday proved that he is just incapable of being a even decent offensive coordinator in the National Football League. Personally, I've seen enough. I know that a lot of you guys have seen enough as well of Luke Getsy. So I think that would be the first move that I would do in terms of the Chicago Bears organization moving forward, is getting rid of offensive coordinator Luke Getsy and trying to find a capable offensive coordinator for either Justin Fields or a guy like Caleb Williams. But like I said, nothing's set in stone yet. Luke Getsy is still the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. I know they're going through their exit interviews with the players, and they're going to do the exit interviews with the coaches as well. Maybe midweek we'll find out the status of his job, but at the moment he is still the OC of the Chicago Bears. I hope that changes in the next couple of days, because like I said, I have seen enough from Luke Getsy, but we'll have to see what Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus, and the Chicago Bears do moving forward. Now moving on to head coach Matt Eberflus. I know there's a lot of people split on the job status or security of head coach Matt Eberflus. A lot of people are thinking that he should get another year. I know the team improved, went from 3-14 to 7-10, but I know there's also a lot of people saying, well, yeah, he did improve, but we cannot forget that he started off 0-4, and you can't forget about those 3 blown leads that could have possibly put the Chicago Bears in the playoffs, right? So a lot of people are kind of split on head coach Matt Eberflus, but there's actually a huge rumor going around. According to NFL insider Mike Garafolo, the Chicago Bears are still weighing their options at the head coaching position. So that means Matt Eberflus' job isn't safe. I understand that Ryan Poles has given Matt Eberflus the vote of confidence many times in past interviews. But I think that game against the Green Bay Packers, where it was yet another embarrassing loss, losing to the Packers for the 10th straight time, it can change a lot of things. I know the Chicago Bears are really passionate for beating the Green Bay Packers. It hasn't been that way for a long time, since 2018. But I think that game could have changed a lot, especially when we're talking about the job status of head coach Matt Eberflus. So I think what Ryan Poles and the Chicago Bears are doing, they're just going to continue to weigh their options and see if it's smart to actually move off of head coach Matt Eberflus. When we're talking about Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy, I know I talked a lot about the continuity of the organization. I know when I'm thinking about Luke Getsy, I think for me, it's time to move off from him. But when I'm looking at Matt Eberflus, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to move off of him. I know that guys like TJ Edwards, Montez Sweat, other Chicago Bears stars on this roster have given Matt Eberflus the vote of confidence. They want to see him back. I think the culture is good. I think this young team started to learn how to win down the stretch. So I think we bring him back one more year and just say, hey, Matt Eberflus, you need to find a good offensive coordinator, or else that is your ass. That is your job on the line. I think we can maybe give him that one more opportunity, unless a perfect opportunity. Let's say the Chicago Bears really, really, really want a guy like Jim Harbaugh. I think that's the only way that the Chicago Bears would possibly move off from Matt Eberflus. But at this moment, this is all just a guessing game. I don't know what's going to happen with Matt Eberflus. The thing I find really interesting about this whole rumor about the Chicago Bears weighing their coaching options moving forward is Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles are holding the exit interviews with the players together. So if the Chicago Bears were planning to fire head coach Matt Eberflus, don't you think they would have done it already on Black Monday? And I understand the Chicago Bears do things a little bit differently. They always have, and they always will do things differently. It's the McCaskey family. It's the Chicago Bears. They don't fall by the same rules like the other franchises. You think it would be as easy as, hey, it's not working out, let's go ahead and fire our coach. No, the Chicago Bears like to do things the hard way. That's the only thing that I find quite interesting. I'm not sure what the Chicago Bears are going to do. Personally, I think it's split 50-50. If we keep him, I think I'll be okay with it. But if we fire him, you better have a good option. I think if we get a guy like Jim Harbaugh, maybe get like a true proven offensive coordinator to come in here, maybe help this football team as well, I think I'd be fine with that as well. But you have to have a plan if you do, in fact, fire head coach Matt Eberflus. So once again, this is something that we'll keep a close eye on. At the moment, I think the Chicago Bears are probably leaning keeping Matt Eberflus and firing Luke Getsy. That is just my guess. I don't have no sources, but that is just my personal guess. I do want to say one more thing, Bears fans, before I let you guys go on today's episode of Geek on the Mic. And I've said this before on past podcasts. My only thing with keeping head coach Matt Eberflus is I don't trust them with a rookie quarterback. I think if you keep Matt Eberflus, I think him and Justin Fields should be a package deal. So I don't think I would trust Matt Eberflus with Caleb Williams. I don't think I would trust Matt Eberflus with Jaden Daniels. I don't think I would trust Matt Eberflus with Drake May. I think Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus should be a package deal. I think you should bring them back together. And I think Matt Eberflus should be dealt with the task to go get Justin a good offensive coordinator. If you bring Justin Fields another offensive coordinator and it does not work out, I think Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus then should be gone after next season. But personally, I just don't think it would be right to let go of Justin Fields and trust Matt Eberflus not only to pick a good OC, but to try to develop another rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Jaden Daniels. I personally don't think it would work. So once again, I think Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus should be a package deal for the Chicago Bears moving forward. So all in all, Bears fans, Ryan Poles has a lot of things to accomplish this offseason for the Chicago Bears. Yes, I think it was an improvement for the Chicago Bears going from 3-14 to 7-10, but obviously losing to the Green Bay Packers when you had the opportunity to knock your arch rival out of the playoffs was a total letdown. Obviously, the team did not show up to Lambeau Field. It was a disappointing way to end the season. So now we enter the offseason with some question marks, and Ryan Poles has to answer those questions and try to improve this football team. Obviously, what's going to happen with Justin Fields, what's going to happen with Matt Eberflus, and what's going to happen with Luke Getsy. I believe those are the three big question marks going into the Chicago Bears offseason. But as always, we are just fans. We should be able to trust Ryan Poles' judgment, and hopefully he can continue to put the Bears in the best situations to succeed. And I think at the end of the day, Ryan Poles will do exactly that. So before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. What do you think is going to happen with Matt Eberflus, Justin Fields, and Luke Getsy? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. Better than that, be back for our all new Bears podcast right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys. And as always, bear down.
You've been listening to Geek on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.